Far away in the outer edge of the galaxy, a small human colony called HFY 7 was under attack. It was supposed to be safe, quiet, hidden. But one night, the sky turned red. Giant black ships came from deep space, covering the stars. The people screamed as the Zarkan horde began their attack. The Zarkans were known as planet killers. They had no mercy, no soul. They wanted only destruction. The colony sent out a distress signal, one message, one call to the galaxy. Help us, please, anyone. But no one came. The Galactic Council received the message. So did the powerful alien races, the Varn, the Krell, the Oceanari. They read the signal and laughed. Humans. Still alive? We thought they were gone. One Varn general said, "Let them burn. Earth has been silent for 100 years. No one even knows where they are." The Oceanari queen whispered. They were weak, slow, always asking for peace. Why should we help their lost children now? They ignored the call. The screams of the dying faded into silence, and the galaxy turned away. But far, far beyond the edge of any known star system, something moved in the black space behind Saturn's rings. A signal lit up on an ancient device. It was Earth's old emergency frequency. A machine blinked, lights turned on. Deep under the ice of Europa, hidden in an old listening post, an AI opened its eyes after sleeping for 94 years. Distress signal received. Human colony under attack. Status, code black. The signal was sent to Earth's last known command center, deep in a secret base below Mars. Minutes later, another light blinked, then another, and another. Across the solar system, hundreds of hidden systems came online. Old satellites began to speak. Warships that had slept for decades started to wake. Their power cores hummed. Their weapons charged. The Earth Armada was waking up, on a small outpost near Neptune. Commander Reyna Solis stood alone on a frozen platform staring at the stars. She hadn't spoken to anyone in weeks. Her rank was old. Her duty was forgotten. Earth's armies had not moved in years. But now, a voice crackled on her wrist. Calm. Commander Solis. Code Black confirmed. HFY 7 is under attack. You are recalled to command. Reyna froze. She remembered HFY 7. She had helped build it when she was younger. It was the last colony made before Earth disappeared. No one ever thought they'd hear its name again. Now it was burning. Reyna turned. Behind her, the outline of a massive ship sat hidden in the ice, the Vindicator. Earth's greatest warship, once feared by the entire galaxy. She tapped her wrist. Come. Wake the fleet, she said. At the edge of the galaxy, the Zarkon leader, Harkaz, the Butcher, smiled as his warriors tore through the human colony. They cry, but no one comes. He laughed. He watched as buildings fell. Fires lit up the night, but then, second in command ran up, eyes wide with fear. Sir, long-range scanners detect movement near the Sol system. Movement, Harkaz said. From where? The officer hesitated. From Earth. The name made the warlord pause. That planet is dead, he growled. No, sir, the officer said. They're coming. A full armada. Harkaz looked at the burning colony. He had heard stories, old stories, of a time when humans were everywhere. When they stood side by side with the strongest empires. When their ships lit the sky like fire. And then, they vanished. But now something had returned. The stars began to shift. Across dozens of systems, ships came out of hiding. Black, silent, powerful. Each one with the symbol of Earth. No warnings. No messages. Just motion. Toward HFY 7, the galaxy noticed. Scanners beeped. Alarms sounded. Impossible, said one Krell captain. There. Back, whispered an Oceanari elder. And still Earth said nothing. They didn't need to, because when Earth moves, the galaxy listens. And when Earth sends its fleet, it means someone crossed the line. In the cold dark of Sector 19, where stars were few and silence ruled space, an old alien patrol ship floated alone. Its pilot, Saren Volume, was a seasoned scout from the Oceanari Empire. He had seen many strange things. Forgotten stations, dead worlds, space monsters drifting in the void. But what he saw now made his blood freeze. His scanner picked up hundreds of signals. First, they were faint like shadows moving in the dark. Then stronger, bigger, closer. Each one shaped like a giant spear. Long, silent, and fast. He zoomed in on one signal. It was massive, twice the size of a dreadnought. On its dark hull, a faded symbol appeared, a blue planet wrapped in silver lines. Saren's eyes widened. "Impossible," he whispered. "That's Earth's seal." He rushed to send a warning to the Oceanari capital. Unknown fleet approaching. Origin Sol system. Identity confirmed. Human ships. Full armada. I repeat, Earth is moving. Back on the homeworld, the Oceanari Queen sat in silence. "No," she said softly. "They were finished. They vanished. They cannot return." But the evidence was clear. Earth's armada was real, and it was heading straight for the battlefield. On board, the lead ship, the Vindicator, Commander Reyna Solis, stood at the viewing deck. The stars drifted past like dust. Her ship had just exited warp around her. 312 human warships followed stealth cruisers. Dreadnoughts, AI-guided corvettes, all waking up from a century of sleep. They weren't new ships. No, they were old legends. Each. One carried names whispered in alien nightmares: Hellborn, the Iron Hand, Black Dawn. Orbital Fang. No fleet like this had moved since the final days of the Old Earth War. Reyna looked at her second-in-command. "Status? All ships ready, Commander. Cloaks engaged. Weapons online. No transmission sent." She nodded. Good, let them wonder. The galaxy watched in fear. Across alien news feeds and Starstream networks, reports spread like fire. Mysterious fleet appears from Sol System. Is Earth back? They said Earth was gone. They were wrong. In secret war rooms, alien leaders debated. The Varn Empire was nervous. The Krell Syndicate sent spies. The Terran. The Union began moving troops to the Outer Rim. They all remembered what Earth once was, not the planet, but the idea. Earth was the species that wouldn't surrender, that built AI weapons smarter than whole alien councils, that terraformed stars, that stood last when empires fell, and then one day, Earth disappeared. No messages, no wars. Just silence. Some said they went extinct. Others believed they went into hiding. Now, it had returned above the burning colony of Hesperan 7. Zarkan Horde continued their slaughter. Their leader, Harkaz the Butcher, stood on the bridge of his command ship laughing. "We own this world now," he shouted. But then a message came from one of his scouts. "Lord Harkaz, unidentified fleet has entered the system," he growled. How many the officers swallowed? All of them. The Zarkans rushed to battle stations. Ships turned, cannons locked on. But before they could fire, darkness fell. The human ships didn't arrive in light. They came in silence, like ghosts. No engines, no heat, just massive shadows rising from the dark side of the moon. Then, Earth spoke one voice, cold, calm, to the Zarkan Horde. "You have attacked a human world. This is your only warning. Retreat or be erased." Harkaz roared in anger. Fire. But it was too late. The Vindicator launched first. Its plasma rail cannons struck like thunder. Zircon. Cruisers exploded instantly. Then the AI fighters moved. In small, fast, invisible to radar, they weaved through enemy ships like angry wasps, disabling engines, blowing up reactors. Within minutes, 70% of the Zarkon fleet was gone. One Zarkon officer screamed, "They're not ships, they're nightmares." But nightmares don't send warnings. Humans did once, and now they didn't speak again. They simply destroyed on the bridge of the Vindicator. Reyna stared at the remains of the battle. Her crew stood in silence. Even the AI systems didn't speak. "Is it done?" she asked. A voice replied, "For now." She gave one order. Broadcast nothing. Let the galaxy wonder. Let the ghosts walk again. As Earth's fleet vanished into deep space, survivors across Hesperan 7 watched in awe. A child whispered, "Was that Earth?" An old man answered, "No, child, that was something more." The sky over Hesperan 7 was burning. Black smoke covered the stars. Buildings were shattered. Families hid underground. The ground shook with every explosion, but suddenly, everything stopped. The Zarkon guns fell silent. Their ships went roaring. With fire hovered like statues in the air. Then, in the silence, came a sound the people of Hesperan 7 would never forget. A deep, low hum. Growing louder from behind the distant hills, shadows rose, not one, not 10. Hundreds, massive shapes like floating mountains rose from the horizon. The people looked up. One child whispered, "What is that?" An elder fell to his knees and cried, "It's them. The humans came back." In space, the battlefield was chaos. Zarkon ships turned fast, trying to retreat, but they were too late. The Earth Armada didn't wait for orders. They didn't talk. They struck. The first shot came from the human dreadnought, Oblivion's Edge. Blast. 1 second. A Zarkon battlecruiser gone. Turned to fire and ash. The next blast came from the Black Dawn. Its weapon wasn't heat. It was silence. A sonic wave rippled through space, shaking enemy ships until they shattered from the inside. Zarkon pilots screamed without knowing why. They didn't see humans. They saw shadows, monsters, ghosts, inside. The lead ship Vindicator, Commander Reyna Solis, stood still. She didn't shout. She didn't move. Her orders were already given. The AI-controlled fleets moved in perfect silence, ship after ship, diving into battle like predators who had waited a long time to strike. Earth's war machines weren't like other empires. They didn't just destroy, they taught a lesson. One Zarkon captain panicked. He turned his cruiser away, trying to escape, but as his engines fired, he saw something in front of him, a small, black object floating alone. He scanned it. Too late. The object exploded with a gravity pulse, crushing his ship like paper. Earth's weapons were smart. They adapted. They hunted. Some disabled shields. Others hacked enemy systems mid-fight. One drone entered a Zarkon mothership, took control, and made it fire on its own fleet. The galaxy had never seen weapons like this, because Earth didn't build tools. Earth built revenge. Across star channels, terrified messages poured in. Zarkon fleet collapsing. Unknown human tech beyond our level. This is not the Earth we remember. The Krell ambassador shouted in fear. Stop them. Someone stop the humans before they reach us. But it was too late. The galaxy had watched Earth die in silence. Now, they watched Earth rise. With fire, on the surface of Hesperan 7, survivors ran to the ruins of an old human monument. A statue all in cracks stood in the dust. At its base were old words. Nearly erased by time, in darkness, we wait. In fire we return. Those words now felt true. Above them, in the skies, Zarkon ships exploded like falling stars. The people cheered, cried, screamed, because they knew no one else came. But Earth did. Back in orbit, the last Zarkon ship sent a final message. Unknown commander. We surrender. But no reply came. Only silence. Then the Vindicator's main cannon fired. One clean shot. The Zarkon flagship dash erased. Commander Reyna finally spoke. To all Earth units, operation completed. Casualties, 0. Enemies eliminated. Total. Chi. Turn toward her crew. They thought we were gone. Our officer replied they were wrong. Reyna looked out the window at the stars. Send no message, she said. Let the galaxy feel it. Let them guess. In the shadows of deep space, Earth's fleet began to disappear again, one ship at a time, vanishing into stealth mode, slipping into blackness. No celebration, no anthem, just silence, and the fear left behind. back at the Galactic Council. Alien leaders gathered. No one spoke for a long time. Then one voice broke the silence. If Earth is truly back, we are all in danger. The stars were quiet again. The battle was over. The wreckage of the Zarkon fleet floated like broken bones in space. Hesperan 7 survived, but peace did not return. Because now, the galaxy had a new fear whispers. They spread across systems. Like a virus, not from Earth, but about Earth, in the high halls of the Galactic Council. 10 alien races sat in silence. A hologram of the battle played in front of them. They watched Earth's ships appear from nothing. They watched Zarkon vessels explode in perfect order. They saw the final shot clean, silent, final. The Oceanari Queen spoke first. What are they now? No one answered, because no one knew. In the Krell Syndicate, leaders met in secret caves under their homeworld. The Krell warlord slammed his claws on the table. They were weak before. Now they return as gods. This is not nature. This is madness. Advisors spoke quietly, sir. They didn't just destroy Zarkon ships. They controlled them. They rewired their weapons during battle. Another added. They erased an entire fleet without a single loss. A long silence followed. Then the warlord whispered the truth. They've been watching, preparing, hiding their true power. Far on a mining moon in the red spiral, a trader named Tarkin Dre showed a blurry video to a crowded room. He had been near Hesperan 7. He saw it. He sold the footage to 5 different news streams in the video. A giant human ship floated over the colony. Black, silent, covered in scars. Suddenly it vanished into thin air, no warp. No sound, just gone people. Screamed, some clapped, some cried. But everyone asked the same question. Where has Earth been all this time? In hidden channels on the galactic net, theories exploded. Earth never died. They went underground. They merged with machines. Look at how their ships move. They don't follow the old Earth code. They don't ask. They don't warn. They didn't come to protect. They came to remind us. Inside the Vindicator, Commander Reyna Solis listened to the radio. Silence. No orders came from Earth, because Earth didn't give orders anymore. Only the mission mattered. Reyna stared at a glowing map. Red lights blinked across the galaxy. Too many voices now, she said. Her AI assistant replied, Galactic panic rising 27%. Council preparing emergency session. Some empires discuss preemptive strikes. Reyna smiled coldly. Let them try. On a quiet jungle planet in the Terran Republic, an old warrior named Kael Varro looked at the sky. He once fought humans long ago, during the Titan Wars. Back then, they were brave, emotional, messy. Now, they were silent. Cold. Perfect, he whispered. To his son, these are not the same humans. The boy asked, what are they? Kael answered, they are the price of being forgotten. Back in the council, a vote began. Shall we contact Earth officially? Shall we offer peace? But one elder said, no, you do not send peace to ghosts. You send prayers. The vote failed. No one wanted to be the first to speak to Earth, no. One wanted to say the wrong thing, because the galaxy had just remembered humans do not forget. Meanwhile, a small alien pirate ship drifted. The crew had picked up something strange. It's a floating capsule. They pulled it in. Inside was a single message pod. It opened. A hologram played. A human face appeared. Cold, calm. You looted our dead. You stole. From Hesperan 7. You will not do it again. Yes. The screen went dark. The pirate captain laughed. What? That's it? Then the ship's lights turned red. The engines shut down. One by one. The crew vanished, pulled into the dark by invisible drones. No explosions. No chase. Just erasure. The pod had been a warning and also a weapon. Across the stars, the whispers turned into fear. Alien children asked their parents, will Earth come for us too? Scholars searched old Earth books for answers. Soldiers stared at the sky with shaking hands. And Earth said nothing. They didn't need to. Because in every quiet spaceport, every war room, every broken empire, it's the same message echoed. Like thunder, they thought no one would come. But Earth came. And Earth never comes alone. Fear had spread across the galaxy. Not because Earth attacked, but because Earth did nothing. No threats, no broadcasts, no contact, just silence. And silence from Earth was louder than war, in the shadows of the Galactic Council. A secret meeting began. 5. Empire's one goal: stop Earth before it becomes unstoppable. The Varn Chancellor pounded the table. They erased the Zarkon fleet like it was nothing. The Krell warlord growled. They didn't even take prisoners. The Terran diplomat whispered, "They're not human anymore." Then the Oceanari Queen said the words they all feared. "What if Earth doesn't want peace?" A cold silence followed, and from that silence came a plan. They called it Project Chainlock, a trap. Simple, fast, brutal. Use old human signals too. Lure the Earth's armada into a fake distress call, then launch a joint strike with AI-guided missiles, gravity warheads, and psychic disruptors. The Council promised no survivors, no second chances. But there was a problem. Earth heard everything, back on the Vindicator. Commander Reyna Solis stared at the fake signal, a cry for help from Colony Delta 13. Her AI blinked. This colony does not exist. Reyna narrowed her eyes. "Someone wants us to follow. Orders?" the AI asked. Reyna smiled. "Let's play along." The Earth fleet entered warp. Alien eyes watched their every move. Traps were set. Mines planted. Ships hidden in asteroid fields. Over. 300 enemy vessels waited. Snipers, bombers, war mines, each one ready to erase Earth forever. But when the Vindicator arrived, there was nothing to attack. No Earth fleet. Only a message left, floating in space. The message opened on all channels. It was a recording of the Excense secret meeting, their entire plan, every name, every voice broadcast across the stars. Panic spread like wildfire. The people of every empire saw the truth. Their leaders had tried to murder the ones who saved. Hesperan 7. Some called it a mistake. Others called it suicide. But the message ended. With just 5 words. You planned betrayal. We planned justice. At that exact moment, Earth's true fleet decloaked, not near Delta-13, but around the Council's homeworld. Every Capitol building. Surrounded every defense system. It's offline. Earth didn't fire a single shot. They didn't need to. They had already won inside the Council Hall. Alarms screamed. Ships scrambled. Leaders ran. But then came a second message. A voice comm. Female. It was Reyna Solis. We knew. From the first lie. From the first silent vote. We didn't come for revenge. We came to see if you were worth saving. And now we've decided. The Council begged for talks. They offered gold, land, treaties. But Earth had no interest in politics. Instead, they activated protocol, Ember Fall, not to destroy, but to expose. Within minutes, Earth's AI launched. A system-wide hack screens lit up. Every citizen saw hidden files, war crimes, betrayals, corruption. The Council's lies were shown to their own people. Worlds rioted, governments collapsed. The empires didn't fall because of Earth's weapons. They fell because of truth. Reyna stood at the Vindicator's command deck. Watching the chaos, her officer asked, "Should we intervene?" Reyna shook her head. "No. Let them rebuild. If they survive, mission complete." Reyna looked out at the burning sky. Almost. She pressed one final button, and every human ship disappeared. Again, across the galaxy, stunned silence returned. No war followed. No occupation. No command. Just Earth. Fading back into the dark. But they left one warning behind, etched into every hacked screen, burned into every government wall. You feared we would come? You were right. Betrayal has a price. The galaxy was shaking. The Council had fallen. The betrayers were exposed. Earth's fleet had vanished again, but the fear stayed, not because of what Earth did, but because of what Earth didn't do. They could have taken everything. They didn't. They could have destroyed worlds. They didn't. So the question echoed everywhere. Why? Far beyond the stars, in a dark system forgotten by time, the Vindicator drifted silently inside. Commander Reyna? Solis walked alone, down a hallway sealed for 100 years. No lights, no noise, only a locked door at the end, with one word written on it, Orion. She stopped, placed her hand on the scanner. Access code, Solus, rank, Alpha 1.
Al?
The door opened with a hiss, and behind it was something alive. A cold blue light filled the room. In the center stood a giant black tank. It's filled with liquid. Inside floated a shape, human-like, but not fully. Human broad shoulders, cybernetic eyes, wires woven into its bones. Its chest moved. Slowly breathing, a deep voice filled the room, though no mouth moved. Has the time come? Reyna answered, not yet, but soon. They woke me for a reason. Reyna nodded. They need to know what lies beneath. The being was called Project Orion, a secret built during the final days of Earth's last war. Not just a soldier, not just a machine, but something in between. Born from humanity's rage, trained in silence, designed to fight if Earth ever needed. Its last weapon. Reyna stared into the tank. The galaxy thinks we're powerful, Orion replied. They have no idea. They think our ships are our greatest weapons. They are not. They think our AI systems are unmatched. They're tools. She stepped closer. They think you are just a myth. Orion's eyes opened wide, glowing with red light. I was built to be the end of war. Back on the galactic net, rumors spread fast. Earth has something hidden. A living weapon. Older than any empire. They didn't just upgrade ships. They upgraded themselves. What if Earth's silence wasn't fear, but control? In the outer zones, alien fleets went dark. No more patrols. No more provocations. Everyone waited, because something had changed. Earth was watching, and something was awake. On a distant planet, an ancient alien monk named Navarez sat alone in his temple. He had studied old Earth signals for decades. He read their dead languages. He listened to their lost music. Now he opened a transmission left behind by the fleet. Just sound, no image. Heartbeat slow, heavy, then a voice calm and terrifying. If you ever hear this heartbeat, it means Orion walks again. And if Orion walks, run. In the darkness of the Vindicator, the glass tank began to drain. Reyna placed her hand on the control panel. Are you sure you're ready? She asked. Orion stepped forward, his body shining with dark metal and synthetic skin. I have waited for this. Do you remember who you are? Orion turned slowly toward her. No, but I remember what I am. Reyna looked out the window at the stars. Then let them remember too. From Earth's hidden databanks. One final file was unlocked. Top secret humanity's last defense project, Orion. Active all across the human fleet. A strange signal was sent. No words. Just the sound of heavy footsteps. Marching. Coming. RAYNA. Sent one final message to the fleet. They saw our ships. They saw our weapons. But they haven't seen what lies beneath. Not until now. Then she turned to Orion. Let's finish this. The stars were quiet again. But this silence felt different. Heavier. Like the galaxy was holding its breath. Because now, Orion was awake, and the galaxy knew. Nothing would ever be the same. Across alien systems, people watched the skies. Not for warships, but for shadows. For the figure that walked in silence, the one Earth never talked about, the one they kept buried. Far beneath steel. In memory, he had no army. He was the army. Some called him a myth. Others called him the judgment of Earth. He had no name, only a purpose. And what should never rise again. on a frozen planet near the edge of the Krell Empire. A forgotten weapons lab reactivated. Inside were ancient war machines, banned. Long ago, they were being rebuilt in secret. Earth knew, and they sent only one thing. Not a ship, not a fleet, just Orion. He landed alone. No weapons in hand, just silence. The lab sent drones, cannons, gravity spikes. Orion walked through it all. Unstoppable, unbreaking, unforgiving. When it was over, only the snow remained. No fire, no crater, just stillness. And carved into the mountain wall were 4 words. Earth was. Here, remember. Back on the Vindicator, Commander Reyna Solis watched as message after message flooded in. Alien leaders begged for treaties. Warlords offered tribute. Some even offered planets. Reyna didn't respond. She opened one private. Channel 2 Earth Central. Command hidden deep beneath the Martian ice. Orion is active, she said. The galaxy is watching, a voice replied. Then they are learning. You're on the news nets. A new signal appeared. Not from a planet, not from a ship. From everywhere. Every com station, every MST, satellite, every screen. It was Earth's final message. Simple, simple, unshakable. Read in the voice of a calm human AI. To all who listen, we are not conquerors. We do not come to rule, but we do not hide anymore. When the weak call, we answer. When peace is broken, we return. We do not ask for thanks. We ask for one thing only: never forget who stood alone. No one else would come. This is our legacy. This is our silence. This is humanity. On every world, on every station, the message echoed. Some cried, some bowed, some turned off their screens in fear, but no one ignored it because now the galaxy knew Earth wasn't dead. Earth wasn't weak. Earth was waiting, and above them all, Earth's fleet moved again, quiet and cold. No banners, no music, only shadows and steel. The galaxy would never see war the same way again, because Earth had changed the rules. No longer the forgotten, no longer the lost. Now, they were legend in the silence of space. One final image appeared. Orion, standing at the edge of a burning star. Behind him, the shape of Earth blew. Distant, eternal, and under it, 3 words burned into the screen. We are back. The HFY Sci-Fi. They thought no one would come until Earth's mightiest armada arrived.